What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're going to be doing the Raw recap. This is the Fallout show from WrestleMania. We start off with Stephanie McMahon walking to the ring rather gingerly. She's got her arm up in a sling from her match with Ronda Rousey last night. She runs down the crowd that was booing her and telling her she tapped out. She then introduces Ronda Rousey. She comes out. Stephanie McMahon tries to sway her into joining the Authority. The crowd starts chanting bullshit. Ronda Rousey and Stephanie McMahon hug. Ronda Rousey grabs Stephanie's injured arm and puts her into an armbar again. The crowd responds with cheers and singing goodbye to Stephanie McMahon. As Ronda Rousey is walking up the ramp, Lillian Garcia asks to show some respect as Stephanie McMahon is leaving the ring, which is responded with a crowd of boos. Nia Jax comes out for our first match. She's supposed to be having a tag team match. After she comes out, Alexa Bliss and Mickie James come out. Alexa Bliss says that Nia Jax was the real bully, tries to run her down again. Nia Jax tells her to shut up and then introduces her tag team partner, Ember Moon from NXT. So as our first match and the Raw debut of Ember Moon, this is a pretty good match. This is generally marked up to a squash match for the debuting Moon. Ember Moon made a pretty good showing in this match, pinning Alexa Bliss after her finisher, the Eclipse. We then go backstage with Braun Strowman telling Kurt Angle that him and Nicholas have to relinquish their tag team titles due to scheduling conflicts, being that Nicholas is still in the 4th grade, but says once Nicholas is ready and Nicholas finishes the sentence, they will get these hands. So let's hope everybody's still in the WWE in 8 years. We then have another Raw debut, No Way Jose versus a jobber. Just like the previous match, this is another squash match to debut a new wrestler. It was a pretty decent match, albeit rather short. The Bar show up backstage and want their tag titles back. Kurt Angle tells them no, that there's going to be a tournament, that 4 teams will be facing each other tonight, and the winner will be facing the Bar for the tag team titles. The first of these matches is the Club versus the Revival. I had a little bit of a problem with this match. They jumped right in mid-match, right after a commercial. No intros, no nothing, just, hey, we got a match. This is pretty much an match. I really wasn't too crazy about it. The Revival got the Shatter Machine on Carl Anderson for the pin, so they'll be facing the winner of the next tag team match later on tonight. Like I said, I really wasn't too crazy on this match. It wasn't, I don't know. Couldn't get into it. I like both teams and I want to see both of them get a push, so it's kind of stupid to see these two facing each other, but at least one of them's getting a push and it's the Revival, so okay, I'll go with it there. We then have Seth Rollins coming out. He starts to talk up his IC win last night. Then Finn Balor comes out and tells Seth Rollins congratulations and that he wants to challenge for the Intercontinental title. Then the Three Stooges come out, and then The Miz tells Seth Rollins that he doesn't deserve it, that he wants his rematch at Backlash. Everybody flaps their lips, they waste their time, hint on a fight, everybody just stands around in the ring, and then Jeff Hardy comes back. He was out for a while with a rotator cuff injury, so it looks like we're going to have a fight, and then The Miz and the Miztourage bitch out and leave the ring. But it's later announced that they're going to be facing each other in the main event. Dude. Yay, I'm looking forward to that one. I really wasn't crazy about this promo. It was pretty much a waste of time. The only good part about it is that we got to see Jeff Hardy returning. Other than that, I could have done without it. We then have Sasha Banks versus Mandy Rose. Jesus fuck, why? Once again, we've seen these people fighting millions of fucking times. Can't we just fucking move on? It is stupid to see the same people going over and over and over and over. Get on with it! It's like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. We'll be seeing them 5,000 more times for the rest of the year. I'll get more onto that in a second. Anyways, Bayley comes out. I'm just skipping this match. Mandy Rose won. There was a bit where Bayley clotheslined Sasha Banks. We'll be getting more into that in a second. But after the match, Paige grabs a microphone and has to make the announcement that she can no longer compete in in-ring competition due to her neck injury. Which kind of sucks because she was actually a pretty decent wrestler. But I hope, just like Daniel Bryan, she's able to make a return and we'll see her back in the ring soon. We then have Elias doing his thing, wasting time, running down the crowd, playing guitar, and once again he's interrupted, this time by a returning Bobby Lashley. I haven't seen Bobby Lashley in a WWE ring for at least about, I want to say 10 years, maybe longer than that. Elias gets in his face, tries to hit Bobby Lashley. Bobby beats the hell out of him and puts him into a hanging suplex for what has to be at least 15 to 20 seconds and then slams him down to the mat. This is actually pretty cool. There were rumors that Lashley was going to be returning, but it's good to see him back in the WWE. We then go backstage once again where Kurt Angle is met up by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who are begging for their jobs back on Raw. I called it. Kurt Angle tells them, well, I hear TNA are hiring. So it all boils down to later on tonight, we're going to have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a match. Whoever wins will get the final spot on the roster. Back in the ring, we have Heath Slater and Rhino giving an open challenge to any tag team. And who comes out from NXT? The Authors of Pain. I've actually been looking forward to seeing these two. Like I said, I really haven't gotten too much into NXT, so I'm pretty much seeing these people for the first time. As you can guess, it's a squash match. The Authors of Pain won it. Then Roman Reigns comes out to a sea of boos, as usual. He tells the crowd, "I got my ass kicked last night," and the crowd cheers. And he starts talking up a match at the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. He's going to be facing Brock Lesnar again. This time it's going to be in a steel cage. Whoop-de shit. I'm pretty much getting sick of this. The only real good part in this bit was Samoa Joe's back. He came out, he called Roman Reigns a failure, and that he's lied to the crowd, lied to himself, and lied to his family. And he says that after the Battle Royal pay-per-view, he'll be putting him to sleep at Backlash. So I guess that's now going to be a match. We have the newly formed Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy versus Titus Worldwide. This is another okay match. I mean, I really haven't been impressed so far. I'm doing my best to try to get behind this whole Woken Matt Hardy thing. I didn't watch TNA, so I didn't get immersed into it when it was going on there. So, like I said, I'm kind of new to this, and I'm trying to understand it. But Matt Hardy won with a twist of fate on Apollo, so they'll be facing the Revival next week. We then have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. What? Wow, here's a match we haven't seen. Here's another match, just like the other 2,874 times we've seen these two fighting each other. It was okay. Kevin Owens got a brainbuster from the top rope onto Sami Zayn. The referee counted them both out to 10, so it's a double count out. So I'm guessing that they're not going to be on Raw. We then come to our main event, the Three Stooges versus Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and Jeff Hardy. This was an okay match. It was pretty good to see Jeff Hardy back. Seth Rollins won with the stomp on The Miz, and then after the match, Finn Balor, Jeff Hardy, and Seth Rollins got their finishers in on Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. I think the only saving grace for this Raw was the fact that we had a lot of people debuting. We had the debut of Ember Moon, No Way Jose, and the Authors of Pain, and we had Bobby Lashley, Jeff Hardy, and Samoa Joe returning. Like I said, those are probably the only saving graces for this show. Although the matches that they were in were pretty good, they were basically just squash matches to showcase their debut. It was also announced that there's going to be a superstar shakeup next week, and also Bayley will be facing Sasha Banks next week on Raw. Thank God, at least it's not somebody from Absolution. But that'll do it for this episode of Raw Recap. I'll be back tomorrow for the SmackDown review. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's Raw, what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.